And we are back, folks, here on the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at the big1050.com. And joining us, as I got to mute myself. Let me mute myself. I'm muting myself, Ira. There we go. Now I'm muted. Joining us as he does every Monday now is our new Monday morning quarterback. Joining us in studio for the first time, Mr. Denard Shoelace Robinson in the building. Let's clap it up for Shoelace.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
That's right, in the building. So
Yes,
people
sir.
say, hey, Lace, they say, what happened to DG? DG, he has his podcast with Jake Butt on, I think they do it on Monday. So we'll still have DG on Dropping Dimes later in the week. So he's still with us in the podcast family. But I was like, hey, I gotta go get the starter. I gotta go get the starting QB. I gotta go get the first string QB. So let's call up Lace and get him on the horn. How about that?
Yeah. We gotta get some work going, man. I'm excited about it, Sam. I appreciate you, man. Shout out my man DG, man. That's my brother for life.
Yeah, man. Yeah, so it's all love. It's gonna be funny to kind of hear the analysis, because especially when we hear y'all go back and forth, y'all argue a lot.
Oh, we go back and forth all the time. If you met me and DG, if you ever been around us, we go back and forth 24/7. I mean, and we have some of the same takes and some of the same thought process of things, because playing a quarterback, it's kind of sometimes black and white for us, So it's always good to going back and forth against him. I mean, because he's one of those guys that's gonna talk loud and be crazy about it, and he's gonna be very, how he is.
Yeah, I know how he is. Well, folks, the Monday morning quarterback brought to you by our friends over at Golden Limousine. All across the country, Michigan rides on Golden, and you can too, from Detroit to Ann Arbor and beyond. Join the teams, businesses, and communities that trust Golden for safe professional transportation. Visit goldenlimo.com to book your ride now. And so, Lace, man, before we get into talking about the game and kind of drawing parallels between your experience and what we're seeing from 19 over there, tell the folks where you're at now.
I'm at Lead Prep right now, Lead Prep Academy. I mean, we got some good guys going on over there. We got some guys that I think can play on the next level. So I'm excited about what we got going on over there. It's at Legacy in Brighton. So if you guys get a chance to come catch a game and watch us, I coach the quarterbacks and running backs. So we got some dudes that I think can play on the next level, especially at running back and at quarterback. We got a couple guys that I think could play ball.
All right, man. I'm checking out your hat right there.
Oh yeah. I got my man Jake hat on right now, man. Hugo, you gotta go get it from Riley House. I mean, this hat fit nice on me. I mean, and I got the locks and I got a kind of big head, so it fits everybody's head, and I mean, it fit perfect. I think you guys should go out there and just go grab it, man.
You talking about Jake Ryan?
Jake Ryan,
say
man.
Jake. People
Jake
like
Ryan. Jake Ryan, yes sir. Jake Ryan, not Jake from State Farm.
Yeah, man. So this game on Saturday, man, I kind of think back to your transition, step into the college stage, and yeah, I think from one vantage point, you were stepping into an offense that kind of made it comfortable for you scheme wise.
Oh, for sure.
To hit the field. How were they going to make things comfortable for Bryce? And I think that Chip Lindsey did a good job of doing some things that were very comfortable for Bryce.
And that's what I want to do. I want to take my hat off to Chip Lindsey. He did a great job for him for creating the offense that fit him. I think obviously Michigan identity is running the ball. And obviously you see what Justice Haynes did. Like, he did his thing. And what he did do was he let the freshman feel it. He threw the ball, he threw the seams, he threw some dots that you like, oh, that's a live arm. That's the NFL quarterback arm. You watch him in the pocket, his presence, the way he stood tall up there. I mean, he commanded offense. And it seemed like it wasn't a guy that just got to college. It looked like a guy that was ready to be there. And he knew he took the moment. Yeah.
So when you were on the squad, I think we could, as a coach, I think we could probably count the number of RPOs y'all called, man. it was in the playbook.
Yes.
But y'all weren't doing the RPO was just there for show. Sharon wasn't calling RPOs. And so I was wondering, man, was that really going to be a change that Ron let Chip put in? And clearly he did, because I went and we counted them up on the tape. And it's 16 run control RPOs.
Yes, sir.
In the game. But that's Bryce, though. That's
for sure.
For Bryce.
For sure. Yes. Because when you got a quarterback like that, and he's a threat. Man, if you stand next to that kid is a grown man. I mean, since I seen him as a high school player, every time he came on campus, I'm looking at him, I'm like, man, this kid is a grown man playing against kids. I watched him when he was at Belleville, and we recruited him. Every time he came on campus, I made sure I was there because I want to see the next guy that's going to break my records. And I think that's what he has. He has that type of standard that he could go break some of me and Devin and DG records. And you just seen it this weekend. Like he hasn't shown the running side of him.
Yeah.
And people think, oh, he's a dual threat. I think he's a quarterback that could sit in the pocket, but if he get pressure, he can run the ball. I mean, he has that ability. But this weekend, he didn't have to display that, and that's good for the first game of the season. You don't have to display too much. I think they kept the offense really vanilla. They didn't go too crazy. Chip did a great job of saying, okay, we're gonna beat you guys this way, and next week they probably gonna bring out some more things that shows him.
Yeah, see, and that's what's crazy about it, because you say they didn't show a whole lot, but they showed some different stuff that wasn't on tape before.
Well,
you know what I'm saying?
Well, when you have a quarterback, no shot to the quarterbacks from last year, no shot to those guys. But when you got a guy like this, it's a little different. You see the spin off the hand. Like when he throws the ball, you see the ball coming out of his hand, and you can see the difference. I mean, last year we couldn't throw the ball as much. And I don't want to take a shot at those guys because I know those guys. I know 1-6. I always call him 1-6. So. And that's my guy. So I see him throw the ball. I seen Orji throw the ball. Orji actually had a live arm, but Orji, he needed to know how to tame his arm. That was the biggest thing for him. If he learned how to tame it and make the little throws, that the down the middle, the hitches and things like that, that's what Bryce has. Bryce he throws the ball great in the seams. If you watch his game, you see a lot of seam throws that he's gonna rip it in there and he's gonna risk it. And he got the arm to do it.
Yeah,
he got the arm to get it in there. He's gonna squeeze a lot of things in there. And in that ball to Channing, you could see that he was like, all right, I got this. And the Coach Lindsey obviously seen that in practice. So like you don't call certain things if you didn't see it already. And I mean, you had to see it probably like 10 times at least in practice.
Man, and the circumstance. So it was 3rd and 14, but it's the lead up to that. Yes. So they clearly had made him comfortable.
Oh yeah.
And sure. when I say they showed some different things, so let's talk about how they came out, because when you watch Michigan and what they've been, they're a power run offense, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And I would still describe them that way. They're gonna gap you to death. They're gonna give you power. They're gonna give you counter. They're gonna give you duo. They're gonna give you some of the zone schemes with split zone and that kind of thing. They're gonna give you all of that. Right. But they weren't going to give you necessarily spread stuff.
No.
I mean, they weren't going to give you, they weren't going to give you stretch plays.
Right.
And get outside that way. And they certainly weren't going to give you tempo. You get to the 2-minute drill, they give you 2 minute off, but tempo stuff, they weren't going to give you any of that. Chip came out the gate in a spread formation, gave him a bubble. Right. Then
Samaj, first down.
Right. Then we're running to the line, giving them tempo out the gate. And running a play right away. And next thing you know, we got another first down. They're running a couple plays, and you can see New Mexico. They were like, wait, this ain't on tape. And after a couple plays, now they're getting under center again.
Yep.
And they hit them with a duo, and they go 56 yards.
Well, and that's the thing. So you want like you gotta look at a quarterback as a shooter. When Steph Curry see that ball go in, his confidence goes up. So I think that's what they did with Bryce. Was like, okay, let's let you see the ball go in. Give you a bubble screen in Samaj, give you a couple throws, and then boom, we're gonna go back to our identity. Because you gotta think, Sharon is the head coach. The identity is still the identity of running the ball. That's we gonna run some duo, we gonna run some power, we gonna still beat teams down with our run game because we got 2 running backs that actually can play ball. We got 2 guys, and it's obviously we had Donovan and Blake. We had last year, we had Mullins and Donovan, you know. So now that's still an identity. That's still identity. And that's why we wouldn't go get a Justice Hayden. You know what I'm saying? So our identity as when Sharon is a head coach, it's gonna be run first. It's still gonna be run first. But now you got 19 in the back, you know, the freshman phenom, you know, and you could now you can play around with teams. Like if I want to go fast and we go 2 minutes, if I want to go fast in the beginning of the game because I got a quarterback that could do it, we could do it. But our identity still is running the ball. We still gonna pound you. And that's what it is. I mean, you gotta respect it.
Yeah, so it to me played into the two objectives that I thought he had going into this game. That's blending Michigan's identity with the things that he wanted to implement.
Yes.
That's, hey, I want to put in some RPO. I want to run some stretch. I want to run some tempo.
Yes,
right? These are all things that I want to add to. I don't want to take away from what I want to add these to the mix, right? The other thing that you want to do is I got to make this freshman comfortable.
Yes.
Right? I got to get him going. So you give him some familiar stuff. They were running a lot of RPO in high school. And then like that tempo, so they get a first down. They're running right to the line, Lace.
Yep.
He don't got time to think about nothing.
That's the first 15. The first 15 and say, hey, we're going to go get a first down. If we get a first down hit, we're gonna call this play next. So if he busts for that 10 yards, oh, all right, we got to play already call for this. And so they already had that decision, man. You could tell Chip was like on point, and it looked like he stayed on point with his chart. And because he went two pass plays, and then boom, he's out the gate. You know, so that was the first 15. If you know ball, you know the first 15 plays are already slotted. They already got these. Hey, if this happened, we're gonna play this, call this play. If this happened, we're gonna call this play. And it's already, and he probably said, Bryce, hey, give me your plays that you like to call. And sometimes it'd be the first two quarterbacks that tell you, hey, these are the plays I like to call. These are things I feel comfortable with. And you could tell the kid was comfortable with the play calling that he had.
So it's interesting you say that because once a quarterback is established, I think a coach asked him, did you get asked that as a freshman?
Oh, yeah.
You did as a freshman?
Yeah, I mean, because Rich Rod did a great job. He was a quarterback coach guy. And Rod Smith, I always give Rod Smith the credit because he will always be like, hey, Denard, what you think about this? What you see? And he would try to teach us those things. Like Tate Forcier was one of the guys that I always like. He came in college knowing protections, knowing you know the coverage and everything. Me personally, I didn't come in knowing coverages. I knew cover three, things that you see in high school. You don't see all those different coverages in high school. And you know now it's a different game now, man. You see Bryce, he get to see different defenses, and he get to be around the coaches.
And he had a quarterback coach for 4 years. I was texting this quarterback coach over the weekend.
You hear what I'm saying? So that's different. I didn't have a quarterback coach coming out of high school. So, but when I got to college, I started understanding those things are important. You got to know these things. You know, I'm a good athlete, so I could run around and make something happen. You know, in high school. But now when you get to college, you want to play on time. And if you watch Bryce, he played on time a lot this game. He was on time with the ball. He was on time with where he was going with the ball. And he kind of he was very decisive with where he was throwing the ball at. And it looked like he studied. He knew this defense in and out. And he knew where he was going with the ball. If you look at the throw to Marlon, it was quick. He knew where the ball, he knew where his open man was going to be at. And so when you see that type of stuff, it kind of show you that the game is slowing down for you. When you get to that zone and you know where the coverage is going to be at, what kind of defense they're running, I mean, you get in that zone, man. And you start feeling it. You start knowing, okay, I'm going to take this throw. If pre-snap read, I know where this safety is going to be. And if he gave it to me, oh, yeah, I'm going right to it. And that's what he did. He showed that he studied the game. And I love it because it's only just his first game. And I mean, he got so much more to learn. He got so much more to learn.
So I was talking to you about this before we came on. I just think he's obviously an exceptional physical talent, but he's different in how well he processes the moment. Like he's beyond his years.
Oh, for sure.
And how he handles pressure. But you said, I don't care who you are, you're gonna feel those jitters.
Oh yeah, he was definitely nervous before that game. Come on, let's be honest. He's a Michigan kid. He's grown up part of a Michigan fan. And now he got the chance to be the Michigan quarterback. And I always tell people, man, one thing about Michigan, they love Michigan football. They love Michigan quarterbacks. And Devin always talk about if you were the Michigan quarterback, you almost the governor of the state. You're the guy of the state. Like if he goes anywhere he goes in the state of Michigan, he's gonna get recognized. He's gonna be well known. I'm talking about. It's funny because I tell people all the time. Like I remember I was at a Pistons game, and I thought I could just be a regular dude sit up like probably middle of the stands. And we sitting there, me and my guy Alex Swiker, we just sitting there and we hanging out, and the fans just start coming, and the security guys is like, hey, you're interrupting the guys. We gotta put you down on the floor because you've been a distraction to every,
right.
And nobody can watch the game how they want
right.
to. And so I was like, man, that showed me. And I remember seeing Matthew Stafford being right behind the goal and they asked me, "Hey, can you throw some of the t-shirts in the stands?" And not Matthew Stafford, and no shot against Matthew Stafford, but I think it was just the status of being the Michigan quarterback. I mean, the love the people they have for Michigan football is like no other, And I see Cam Newton talks about Auburn and Alabama is the biggest rival, whatever. I said, man, at Michigan, you got the whole state. We don't share with anybody else for real. Like not to take a shot at Michigan State, not to take a shot at Michigan State, but it's at Michigan State, But you got to think about it. When you're the quarterback at Michigan, you get a little different love in the state of Michigan.
Yeah, you do.
And that's just the truth.
I could tell by listening to DG talk about his experience going around. It's just different. So Bryce, though, I think, as he steps into the arena down in Oklahoma, and I want to draw into your experience, your first.
Mm-hmm.
So your first time on the field at Michigan, I remember it vividly. You take me to, because Bryce, he went out and it just seemed like he processed the jitters like right away and took off and had a great game. So it went a little different.
So here's the funny thing about it. I watched him last night when he first took the field, and I could see him take a deep breath. And he did like a jump. I was like, okay, I see him. He's nervous. And he calmed down and he made the bubble throw. And he did a great job with it. And now you could tell that it was one of those like, okay, I'm going to calm down. It's an easy pitch and catch. We can make this throw in our sleep. And that's what he did. He took it through the bubble. And my first play was a little different. So my first initial play, I called a snap, right? And the only person hurting me was on left tackle. So we got a false start.
Because you were too low.
So I was too low. I didn't yell the play. So I didn't yell the cadence. So then the next play, I get up and I yell the cadence, but I forget to catch the snap. And then I forget the play. So only thing I knew once I picked up the snap was I had to go right. I have to run. The play is supposed to be designed to go right. And Martavis Odom was supposed to get the reverse. I was supposed to ran the ball left and pitched to Martavis, and he goes around the right and goes score, whatever. So I forget the play. I scoop up the ball. I run right. And Martavis Odom is supposed to get the reverse. He comes and make the key block. And I go cut up underneath him, and I'll go for my first touchdown in my college career. So it's kind of cool to be a part of it, but it was the wrong play. And that's the type of jitters you get. And if you're chasing greatness, you're gonna have those jitters every game because you want to be perfect. You want to be that guy, So you could tell, like with him, he's gonna have those jitters every game. But it's about just saying how soon can you calm him down.
Yeah, man. I think that's where coming into it with Chip, and I think this is going to be key as he goes down to Norman, because I thought he just did a masterful job of game plan and comfort.
Yes.
I mean, you game plan for your team, but he game planned comfort for his quarterback, gave him some easy throws, gave him some quick reads out the gate.
Oh, yeah, you have
right?
to.
And then so by the time you get to that 3rd and 14, it's not just Bryce being comfortable. Now Chip is comfortable with Bryce.
Yes, because he didn't show us anything that say, okay, he's not ready for it. So everything showed us that night that he's ready for the moment and he's gonna take it and seize the moment. And you could tell that's what happened. Like he got out there, and once you get relaxed and those jitters go away a little bit, you're ready to go, man. Like you put me in a situation, I know we could win the game. That's what it showed.
Yeah, so and then he throws that post wheel to Marlon Klein.
Yes.
And it's like, perfectly placed. And now he comes out in the second half, and now he doing some freaky things.
Now you start, because that's what's gonna happen when you go through those moments and you start like you really start feeling like, oh, this I could do this. Like once you get that confidence that I could do it, and it's showing, it's the reps are going and going and going. I mean, it's nothing like it. It's nothing like that feeling, because you get tunnel vision, and then you could tell he got a tunnel vision. He's like, all right, I know where I'm going with the ball. I know this defense is gonna be here. I know where my guys are at. And Marlon's gonna be one of his best targets. You know why? Because he's got big range. Marlon's probably gonna run a 4.5 at the combine. He's an explosive athlete, and so he said this year. Marlon said, "I'm gonna be the best tight end in America for my team." And when you have a guy like that on your team to throw the ball to, oh man, the sky's is the limit, man.
Yeah, so it's funny that you bring that up. Like Colston will tell you. As a matter of fact, he said it publicly. Like, that dude is faster than me.
Oh, for sure. No.
C-Love's different.
C-Love is different. Like he's a first rounder because he's a first rounder.
Yeah.
I mean, he's impressive. But Marlon has some speed that he could run. Like, I won't be surprised if he might go 4.4. He might at the combine. Like, he's that fast. And I talk highly of him because I've sat with him. I've seen him run. I've talked with him a lot, and the type of mindset he has, you could tell he's locked in even more. I mean, so
yeah. You hear the guys talk about him and say it's not a linebacker in the country that can run with him.
No,
probably not even a safety. Like you better put like a real fast guy on him.
Oh yeah,
and then they're too small.
So now you got a safety on him, and that's a mismatch.
Yeah,
what Marlon like 6'5", 6'6", maybe.
Yeah.
And so when you put a safety on him, if he's not big enough to run with him, he can run with him, but do he have the radius? His catch radius is big. You see him go back and go get that ball. That he's a fluent athlete. So like the ball was a good ball, but he turned and grabbed it, and it didn't look like he had to stumble or nothing. He just grabbed it and kept going.
So, it's with him, and the comparison is, I mean, C-Love has the super route running former receiver, the body control.
Mm-hmm.
He's the best tight end in the draft for a reason.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But the places where you can bridge the gap, like he'll never have C-Love's body control, but his hands can get better. Yeah. His route running can get better. And they definitely did. Because that catch he made in the third quarter on that ball that Bryce, it was a great ball by Bryce, but still Marlon had to kind of reach to get it, and it was a fingertip grab that he made.
When you got a guy like that got a big catch radius like that, he's not Colston Loveland, right? But he has the radius, and that's the quarterback favorite friend, to have a big tight end to go across the middle, and he could catch whatever ball you put at him, And so those catches that you think other guy like a receiver won't be able to catch because he don't have that body type, he's going to catch those. Mm-hmm. And so if you look at the league, all around the league, NFL, the best quarterbacks tend to have a good tight end. That's why Chicago went to go get Colston Loveland, because now you have a big target. And when you got a big target, you could put the ball kind of anywhere, and he's going to make those catches. And I'm pretty sure those guys are practicing. And you're like, okay, his catch rate is here. He can catch this ball. He can catch that ball. And when you start feeling that and you start seeing that, you're like, okay, I could put it somewhere that I know the defender can't get it and my guy can. Mm-hmm. And so once you start getting those moments and having those moments, you know what you got. And so you look at all the top quarterbacks in the league. They got a tight end. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Who he got?
Yeah, man. Kelsey. Yeah, and I said after the game, don't be surprised that wound up being his security blanket.
Oh, you got to have one, and that's it. My guy was, guess what my guy was? Junior Hemingway. I watched him make catches that in practice, you think he had catches in the game. In practice, I would see him do some things that I was like, wow. And I'm like, his catch radius was different. So if I gave him a chance to get the ball, him and Roy Roundtree, if I gave them a chance to get the ball, catch the ball, they're going to come down with it.
Yeah. So yours was Junior. DG talks about Jeremy Gallon like that.
And that's the thing. Like, I had three guys that I threw all the time with them. All the time. Like, I would go in there and just because I wanted to see where their catch radius was. And people were like, oh, he just threw the ball up. No. We practiced it so many times. And I understood, like, okay, if I put it in this area, I know my guy could come down with it. These DBs they don't know how to adjust to the ball. and they're not seeing the ball how receivers see it. They're used to running the ball and going to catch the ball like that. So when the DB see it, they got to turn their body a certain way. They can't do it. But a receiver done seen it so many different times of catching the ball, and that's what happens.
Yeah, man. So it'll be interesting to see as he does that with Donovan McCulley, because they were talking about him in that way. We didn't see that a ton in this game. We also didn't see him, because I want to get to this before we get to the break. We didn't see him really run in this game. We saw him kind of break and contain a little bit, and he threw that rope to Lil Ronnie. I call him Lil Ronnie. But, Kendrick Bell.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we saw him. That was an outstanding throw. So we saw him kind of breaking, kind of break profile a little bit and make some throws on the run, but not really run like we know he can run. But you said you weren't surprised by that.
No, I was surprised. I mean, it's the first game of the season. I mean, you kind of want to get him. We'll be all right. We don't need to kick. Our running back's gonna beat you up. He what Hayeswood for how many yards? What
159? Yeah, 159.
159. Yeah. So like he averaged 9 yards a carry, I want to say. So when you got that going, what are we doing? We don't need to add this. We don't need to add that other element. Now we don't even want a team to understand that what we got. That's just now Oklahoma is preparing for a pocket quarterback. You know what I'm saying? So Oklahoma have they got to say, okay, he's gonna probably stay in the pocket. He's not. They don't have the quarterback power. Which I know, come on, we know they have that in the game. We know we have some zone reads that where he can read it and take it. That got to be in the game. But we don't have to do that in the first game of the season, because now Oklahoma think, oh no, they looking at him as a passive quarterback.
Yeah, man.
And you got to play the game.
Yeah, man.
There's no rush. There's no rush to get your freshman quarterback to go out there and start running the ball and risk him getting hurt in the first game of the season. There's no reason. Chip did a great job of calling the game, and they showed we still gonna be dominant running the ball. And you're gonna be who we are. Our identity is running the ball first. We got a hell of a quarterback, and maybe down the road when we start hitting the play actions or maybe when we need him to go in the big games like next week, we'll probably see some runs. Because now in the box, that's what this is gonna be a big play up. It's like they're not counting for the quarterback to run. So now when you got an extra blocker. Now you got angles. Now you got numbers. Now you playing in a game where you got maybe have two high safeties, and now you got a running back blocking the linebacker, and now he's 1-on-1 with a safety.
Yeah.
And not a lot of DBs want to hit a guy that's 6'4", 230, 240. And can move. It can stiff arm. Did you see how he hit the it was a safety or a corner?
Yeah, on that block.
On the block?
Yeah. And
the guy just he looked like he ran into a big wall.
Yeah, it's funny that you mentioned, and we can leave on this, because I've been talking about how against a loaded box that Chip's been an RPO guy. But here's the exception: when you got a quarterback that can run, still running up in that thing, you can still have a numbs game because you can do those +1 runs with your quarterback.
The numbers, you got the numbers and the angles. That's why I always had success, because either you're gonna bring that safety down and now we can throw it on top of you, or you're gonna have that safety up and I'm gonna run past you. So that's the game that you're gonna be able to play with Bryce. That you can't put the extra guy in the box. If you do, he's gonna throw over top of you. If you don't, he's gonna run past y'all. So that's the element of having a dual threat quarterback.
Yeah, man. This is going to be interesting to see. Now, there's some risk. There's risk-reward, because you do put your quarterback it's some risk and put him in harm's way. I want to talk to you about that as well. Talk to you about going on the road as you went down to South Bend.
South Bend. That's my second home.
We got a highlight package ready for the people when we come back. So we'll get to a break. We'll also get some questions from the people as well. So we'll do that right now. Come back on the other side here on the Michigan Insider Monday Morning Quarterback. You're on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at thebig1050.com. All right, man. You got a lot of people. You got a lot of people in the stream.
Really?
Yeah. Got questions for Lace. If you have questions for Lace, I will get some questions in at the very, man, you got almost 3,000 people. almost 3,000 people in on the Monday Morning Quarterback. If you got questions for Shoelace, put them in the chat. If you have questions and I'll try to get some of them in.
And tell them we're trying to break whatever record you had with DG. I'm trying to break it. So if it's a record that you had with DG, we're gonna break it. That's what we're gonna do this year.
If you have questions for Lace, we will get them in. And but yeah, man, as he was at Carolina, he ran the quarterback a lot.
Yeah. I mean, but he had Drake May, and I don't know how, like, Drake May is not Bryce.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you watch Drake May, he's not Bryce. The ball don't come off his, even throwing wise, it's not better than what Bryce has. You know, so you take your time with it. You don't want to rush that kid to be in that situation of running the ball. But he's a big, strong kid though. Like if you watch him, you can see him. Like, yeah, I watched this kid. We used to go shoot at Michigan. I don't know if we're supposed to. I'm not gonna say that, but we used to be around the basketball gym, and I see him do some things like dunking wise, like put the ball between his legs and just boom. Like I'm talking about crazy things that like I see. So I'm like, he ready to take some hits. He could take some hits, and he could deliver some stuff. Like he's gonna make guys not want to turn it down. Like I picture him like a Cam Newton.
Mm-hmm.
Like he could run the ball. He could run through some people.
You know, they would say that when the quarterback, and you know this as a guy who ran a lot, that when the quarterback was running the football and delivering the blow, that was actually not the time when they were getting hurt the most. It was like when they were taking hits and in the pocket. Was that your experience?
That's what happens. Like in the pocket, because you don't see it coming. If you most of the time when you get sacked, you don't see it coming. If you see it coming, if you're mobile, you can make that guy miss. But the guys that's coming around the edge or something that came up the middle and you looking downfield and he get a clean shot, that's when you get hurt. That's when you deliver blows and you see it coming, you deliver it to him. Oh man, I love it. Because now I'm delivering. I'm not just receiving, I'm delivering it. But when you get hit without seeing it, it could jerk your neck a certain way. He could land on your leg because you're not bracing for the fall. When you deliver it, you brace it for the fall. You brace it for whatever happens after.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, man. Sharon is. I think that's one place because that was good. Another question, Sharon. How much leash are you gonna give? You know, Chip to kind of run it because coaches who's kind of been on the side of a ball. I've talked to a lot of coordinators. Like, man, being a coordinator for a coach who is from that side of the ball. So if you're like a defensive coordinator playing for or coaching for a coach who was like a defensive guy, it's like, oh man, he's gonna be on my back. He's gonna be all over me. Or if you're an offensive coordinator coaching for a coach who's been an offensive guy, like, dang, he ain't gonna let me do my thing. But Sharon's like, I'm gonna give him the keys.
You got to.
I'm gonna give him the keys. So, but my question was gonna be, is that gonna be the case with Chip? And he's giving him the keys. Now, it might be with some limitations when it comes to running that quarterback. That's what I wonder. Like, you want to run that quarterback? Hey, hold up. We're gonna limit how much you do that.
But I don't see Bryce being like he's not gonna rush for 200 yards rushing wise. I mean, you don't want to. I don't think he ever did that in high school.
Here we go.
Okay.
Robinson drops the snap, picks it up, runs right. He dodges one man, steps out of a tackle to the 40, cuts back inside, 35-30, puts on the jets. He's gone. Denard Robinson, his first run from quarterback in a Michigan uniform, shows his wizardry and his 4.3 speed on a 43-yard touchdown scamper.
Yeah, that first touch, a 43-yard scamper. Never forget it. It's like, oh man, this is what it's gonna be. Talking about Denard Robinson, a Monday morning quarterback. Shoelace is with us here on the Monday Morning Quarterback, brought to you by Golden Limousine. Excellence on the road begins with Golden Limousine International. From charter buses for big events to executive travel across the Midwest, Golden Limo delivers safety, reliability, and sophistication. Discover the possibilities at goldenlimo.com and book now. All right. So it was by, I think, even the most critical of standards, a really good game. Really good game one for Bryce. He protected the ball, 21-31.
Oh, man.
You know, a touchdown in there. He had some drops in that mix, and those balls were on the money.
Oh, yeah.
He had very few errant throws. So a really, really good game one.
Yeah.
He gave himself a C+ for that game.
Yeah. I mean, you got to be tough on yourself. I mean, you got to be your biggest critic. I think that's the biggest thing for like a person. I told you, when you're chasing greatness, you got to be your biggest critic. You got to look in the mirror and be like, hey, I could be better. I could have did this better. I could like that. That's always been my thing, and that's I'm pretty sure that's what he's chasing. You know, he's chasing to be great. And I think when you look in the mirror, you're like, okay, I could have did this better. I could have did that better. You know, you start. It's funny. You don't think about all the great plays you made. You think about all the bad plays you made because you want to be like, okay, it's so much stuff I can fix in my game. And I think that's what he's going through. Like, I can fix this. You think LeBron James is not saying like I can fix this after playing 20-something years in the league? That's chasing greatness.
Yeah. So first test was passed. He handled his first game. I mean, dare I say, Devin said he forgot which way to go. His first time out, you said you forgot to play.
Oh yeah,
dropped the ball.
Yeah,
right. This dude goes out there for 251 yards at the touchdown, and like so he passed that test. This is a different test, Lace, going down to Norman, Oklahoma. This is more like year 2 for you, going down to South Bend, which was a big test.
Oh, for sure.
Right, and that's one that you were able to pass with flying colors, albeit in year 2. But what do you remember about that game?
I remember, that's the first time playing away against Notre Dame. I mean, when you figure out the crowd is not with you, and that's the biggest thing. When you know the crowd is not with you, are you able to communicate with your guys? How can you communicate with your guys to get the play call in? And how can you slow it down and make sure everybody, hey, we calm down. We know let's calm down. Let's make these plays. Let's make the right plays. And they got to be able to believe in this kid. You could tell the offense believe in him. You could tell the whole team believes in him. And so when you got that already, that's pretty much what you need. Because now if a bad play happens, those guys will come up and cheer you and get your mind back focused. Like, hey, we still got you. Don't worry about it. You throw it in the steps. Hey, we got you. Or you might fumble the ball. Hey, we got you, man. Come on. That ain't nothing. Let's go to the next play. We're gonna ride with you. We're gonna protect you. We're your guys. And you can see that the defensive guys are saying that about him and the offensive guys are saying about him. Like that's what I pay attention to. If a quarterback has the team, when you have a team like that, that's when you know the team has a chance to be successful. And because now not only can I go over to you to say, hey, let's pick it up. Don't worry about that drop. Let's go to the next play. Or when I make a mistake, you're gonna come to me. My O-line gonna be like, hey man, that's on us. We got you sacked. That's on us. When you have that type of like that family feel where we're not gonna go against each other at no time, at no point, that's when you got a special team. And I think that's what they need to go into Oklahoma and win that game, is when we know the whole crowd is against us. It's us against them. And I'm talking about it's the whole stadium. And when you start hushing the crowd, you start hearing that crowd get quiet and quieter and quieter.
So do you know that, Denard, do you know that going in, or do you have to go there to find that out?
Oh, you gotta go there and find it out. Because you got to be in a tough situation, tough environment. The environment gonna be tough in Oklahoma and Norman. It's gonna be tough, and now you got to be able to say, okay, how do we rally? And this is for the first team. What is it? Team 143?
I can't remember what
146.
Team 146.
146. I'm sorry, Team 146. Team 146. This is y'all identity now. Like, we got to see if you guys can win on the road. Like, how can is this team gonna travel? And the biggest thing is I know that I always travel with Michigan, and for the last 4 or 5 years, it's defense. The defense always travel. And so now, let's get the offense to travel with it.
Yeah. So I want to put you in this scenario because, first of all, you make great plays in that game against Notre Dame. We focus so much on the run before the half. Which was fantastic. Shout out to Patrick Omami for blocking 2 dudes on that.
Oh my gosh, man. I always shout out Big Pat, man. You know I love you, but Pat in Arizona now. I still talk to my guys, man. One thing about me, I stay in contact with my guys. And Patrick, he's in Arizona. He got kids. He got a house full of kids right now. So it's good to see him and his wife. You know, I always Big ups to them. I love y'all. Appreciate y'all.
Yeah, he blocked 2 dudes on that play and springs you for a touchdown. But I'm more interested in the final drive because, you're down in that game and you got to drive the length of the field.
Yeah.
Not run 87 yards.
Right.
You got to quarterback a drive the length of the field. And so this is relevant to me because, as a young quarterback, they're going to try to throw the kitchen sink at him.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
In pressures and in coverages. We just saw Arch Manning go to Ohio State and look terrible.
Yeah, I didn't think he looked terrible. I think, and people always, people get on me because I'm a quarterback. Girls say I'm a girl's girl. I'm a quarterback. So I look at some bright spots that I see him have. I see him make some throws. But what happened is Matt Patricia did a great job of playing with his eyes. Him not knowing what coverage is going on, and he's rocking the safeties. He's having a flat defender go to be the middle safety. He's doing little things like that. And so when you play with a young quarterback mind a little bit like that, if he's not ready for it, he wasn't ready for the moment. And that's okay because now the game got to slow down for you a little bit, and it wasn't slowed down for him yet. And he made some good throws that I thought his guy could have bailed him out with some catches for him. But it didn't happen, and so that happened. So for this trip that they taken, and I say this to bring it back to what you was asking me, is that last drive that we had against Notre Dame was it was one of the moments that like we trained for this. We practiced this so much, and I get in the huddle, and the guys, when I start talking to the guys and they start believing what I'm saying, hey, we're gonna go down here and make this play. Hey, and then Tree comes to me like, hey, Denard, I'm gonna make the catch. Throw me the ball. I'm coming across the middle. He's going to make on the seam throw. I throw the seam throw to him. He came to me before they put the play. Like, hey, I'm open. I got you. So now we built that relationship. Like, hey, I got you. Trust me. I got you. I'm like, all right, I trust you. So when I seen that opportunity, my pre-snap read gave me that opportunity. I'm going to throw that ball to Tree. I'm like, we going down the field. We driving down the field. And we had that confidence because I'm telling them, hey, let's make these plays. Hey, they left us we got too much time on the clock. We're going to go win this game. And when you say that to your guys and you see it in their eyes that they believe you, because you have it in your mind, you in tunnel vision now. You like, okay, whatever it takes to win this game, we're gonna win it. And so I'm gonna put my body on the line to win this game.
All right, so Lace, I love you, brother.
Okay, talk to me.
I love you.
Talk to me.
But I gotta treat you like DG.
Okay,
right?
Give it to me then. Go ahead.
I gotta treat you like DG right now.
Here we go.
You just brought up Ohio State and Matt Patricia.
So
I had to call Borges. I had to call your QB coach after the game, and I said, Gorgeous. They're trying to make Matt Patricia out to be this genius. I said, now, is it me or does this game say more to you about Arch or does it say more to you about Matt Patricia? Because I think Matt Patricia's still a bum.
Wow.
And he basically said, oh, yeah, Matt Patricia's still a bum. He didn't say those words.
Okay.
But he confirmed my suspicions.
Okay.
That Matt Patricia didn't change. He's still that bum that was the coach of the Lions.
Yeah.
That Arch, they put up a stat during the game.
Okay.
Where they said it was like there were 35 on passes that should be completed. He missed 35% of those. Like 35, but
because he had a drive route to Wingo. I think it was Wingo, number one. He was going across the middle. He could have just easily made the throw. And that's he did have throws that I think but like I told you, a shooter's got to see the ball go in, and the ball wasn't going in for him that day.
And so here's where I want to go with you because they're gonna play. They're gonna play with your eyes. Right. They're gonna play with Bryce's eyes. And so I said, all right, let's talk about what they're saying that Patricia did to Manning, and let's set aside that he wasn't making throws that he should make. Let's deal with the fact that coordinators do that to you. How do you handle that? He said, well, you get a pre-snap read. And this is where I want to talk to you. He said, you get a pre-snap read, but he said it's called pre-snap for a reason. They never show you what they're going to do.
No.
So he said, it's about once you get an idea, now it's about progressing the reads from there. He says, as long as you progress your reads and don't put the ball in her, when in doubt, okay, now go make a play. And you might have to run it. You might have to do something else.
Yes.
Just don't compromise the ball, but progress the read. If you progress the read, you'll be fine. Stay with your fundamentals.
Right.
you'll be fine, which is what we saw you do on that drive for a touchdown to win the game in South Bend.
Yeah, and that's see with Arch. I think that's the first game of the season. And so let's be honest, that's the first game of the season. So he practiced against his defense. He didn't practice against Matt Patricia's defense because guess what? Matt Patricia wasn't coaching last year in college. So you don't know what he's gonna throw out, what he thinks Ohio State's gonna do. Ohio showed kind of like something they never showed before. So like that's the problem. Like he never seen that defense before. So who are you getting ready for? Are you watching his defense when he was coaching in Patriots, or when he was here? Like, what are you preparing for? What, like that's where the problem lies. Is what are you preparing for? So when you get there and this guy is a brand new defense, you kind of gotta take that with a grain of salt because, like, obviously, I think he could have did a better job of processing the defense and understanding, like, okay, let me go through my reads, and I think that was the biggest thing for him is like he had to like go through. Okay, that's one, that's two, that's three. Let me make this throw. He wasn't doing it as much, and that's what happened. I think when you play with a quarterback eyes and he don't know, he can't find his feet, and that's what happened. He didn't find his feet, and his defense played well. They stopped a good Ohio offense.
They only scored 14 points.
Yeah, so it was right there. It was right there, and I think the throw that he had to the receiver, he could have caught that last ball, the one that he had in the end zone. It could have been a tie game.
Yeah.
And so he had some moments where I seen that. Okay, I'm not like a lot of people are saying. He's a bust. He's the worst man. I don't see that. I see he still got potential.
My man Ira Weintraub made this point. Imagine that Shadur had played like Arch Manning played on Saturday. What would people be saying? What would people be saying? It'd be a different story. It'd be a different story. I think, but it's Arch Manning.
But more people are saying he's a bust. He's the
more people making excuses for the dude. Matt Patricia was a genius. Hell no.
He's not.
Matt Patricia's a bum. He's a bum.
I don't.
Arch stunk up the joint. That's what happened.
I don't think so, man. I think he's still a great coach. I mean, shoot, how many Super Bowls he got?
How many Super Bowls Bill Belichick and Tom Brady got?
Oh, Jesus.
Somebody was a holding on to the coattails, hanging on to the shoestrings. Come on, Lace. Come on, Lace. Come on, man.
Man, I'm telling you, man. I don't think this guy is that bad as everybody's saying. I mean, because you got to think you don't know how to get prepared for that game. And what Ohio did in the first game of the season, how they moved around with their guys, you wouldn't expect the defense to be doing that at the first game of the season. And that's their first year with the defensive coordinator. So like that was impressive for them, those guys to be doing that. And they did a great job of doing it. I mean, I think they shut him down and you have a bad game. But then he got 3 games, he got 3 like I'm gonna say cupcake games, but these are games that he's gonna be able to get his confidence back and play ball. Like play ball.
All right.
And he even said he didn't understand why he had all the hype. Like Archie Manning even said, like, I don't understand. I don't play a couple of games and I don't understand why I had all the hype in the first place. So we automatically gave him the aura
right.
He's a Manning, guys. He's gonna be great. He's gonna be great. Like,
right, so do this for me, Lace, because we gotta get out of here in your final 60 seconds. I'll get some questions from the people on the chat, but give Bryce some advice as he's heading into Norman, Oklahoma.
Hey, your brothers, your brothers. I mean, stick with them, lead them. Understand that they're looking for you at all times. I mean, and that's just the importance of being the quarterback. You're the leader of the team, and I think no matter how you cut it, how you slice it, those guys are going to look at you. I don't care if it's a 5th-year senior or a 6th-year senior. Those guys are going to look at you, and once you show that confidence that you have in your eyes that, hey, I belong, and I'm gonna show you why I belong. I mean, nobody can mess with that kid, man. If he just lock in and do what he need to do, I think the sky's the limit for him. I mean, I'm excited about him. So lock in. Those guys are looking at you. So any body movement, anything that you do, they're gonna see it. And so make sure you always have your chest up, head high, and ready to play.
All right. We'll get the questions for Lace in the chat to the rest of you. Thanks for listening to the Michigan Insider on the Big 1050 WTKA, online at thebig1050.com.
All right, we are clear on the radio. It is now time for OT with Shoelace.
You a couple questions in here, Lace.
Okay.
You got 3,000 folks. Almost 4,000 folks in here now.
What you normally get with
I
DG?
mean, you up there. You up there with DG for sure. Hold on, let me go back to where the questions start, where I asked about 9:35, and I will pick up from there, where I started asking the people if they had questions for Lace. All right, here we go. Are we still doing film breakdown? So we are using film just to inform the breakdown. So we are not going to be doing the film studies per se. We're still going to be having film to inform the breakdown. So Al and Vance are coming on Tuesdays for the breakdowns with you guys. But we are not going to be doing the full scale film studies, just too much of a time suck in the grand scheme of things. So Alan Vance on Tuesdays, and then Devin and Daniel on Wednesdays on the Drop and Dime show. All right, let's get into the questions. Here's one from Chris Carter. What was it like playing in the horseshoe for the first time?
Oh man, it was amazing, man. I enjoyed it, man. I think Terrell probably was the quarterback at the time. He was one of the guys that played there, and it was good. But we took an L my first year going down there. I never won in Columbus until I came back to University of Michigan. So it was good to go down there and just see the atmosphere, be a part of it. I think they ranked probably around the third or fourth Big Ten stadiums that I like playing at.
Mm-hmm. Okay. So did you like playing on the?
I love playing on the road. I love it because you get to quiet the crowd. I mean, that feeling of quieting the crowd is probably one of the top 10 feelings in my life that I have playing football.
Okay, all right. So this is a great question for you, Lace, to kind of jump into. We being Coach said, what were the reads on RPO? How good were his reads during the game? I don't remember many QB runs. So was it because New Mexico didn't let him run? What do you remember?
I think the reads was either he wasn't reading the end much. He read backers and safeties. So when you reading that, it's not about running the ball. It's about you throwing it. Right. It's about if the read's gonna be if I'm giving the ball to the running back or if I'm throwing it to the guy. It's not for the quarterback to read. Those are the reads that they didn't put the defensive end reads. And that's when you have the defensive end reads, those are the ones that you have the quarterback run the ball on.
Right. So he had, like, when you're reading the backer he had throw reads down the field, and then he had run control reads where he's handing it off or he's throwing a bubble.
Yes.
So those
was like, okay, if a guy puts it in the box, I can throw the bubble to Shamaj, or I could throw the seam route to Marlon or something like that. So that's what he had. He had a lot of those reads. Instead of saying I'm gonna read the defensive end, if he crashed, I pull. If not, I give. So that's the reads. So
yeah. Now there is gonna be a time, though.
Oh yeah, it's gonna definitely be a time where the defensive end, we're gonna put a defensive end in the bind. I think it's gonna be some times that happens. But most of the times they was just reading the box. And so if the box if the box was muddy, he threw the ball. If the box was open, he ran the ball. And that was the reads to this week.
Yeah, but I imagine there's gonna be a time or two in this upcoming game where they're like, okay, young fella, because you do. Here's the thing about running the quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
Once you establish the quarterback as a threat, the fact that he's a threat, you don't even have to run him anymore that much anymore, right?
No, and I think people already think he's a threat already. So that's why now you got guys getting the one-on-ones. You got guys running free down the seams. You got guys running free on the wheel because you still think he's a threat. Like, even though he didn't run the ball at all, you still think he's a threat.
Mm-hmm. How did you feel about? I mean, you like seeing Bryce, do for his teammate, springing that block. But,
for sure.
But at the same time, I mean, Sherrod was like, "Hold up, man."
No, you got. Hey, you can't play scared with that kid. You gotta let him play. I think he's a ball player. When you got those type of players, you gotta let him be a ball player. Those are. In the great word of Mike Davis, he was one of the guys that helped me out at Jaguars. He's a scouting guy. he was like, he's a gam. He's a grown man.
No, I say it all the time, grown ass man.
You know, he's a grown ass man, And so when you have a gam, let him be a gam. Let him be who he's gonna be. And afterwards, you could kind of say, hey, calm down, don't do this. But you gotta let him play. You gotta let him be that.
Yeah. Brian Muleman said, Shoelace, what would Borges say to you had you thrown that block like Underwood did?
Oh, he was just telling me, like, good stuff. You made sure he got an end zone, baby. Let's go.
All right. This one comes from Deployment Sound Studio. Denard, who will be the top wideout this season, in your opinion?
Ooh, that's a tough question right now, man. I thought Andrew Marsh was going to be the top receiver. That was me going into like me helping recruit those kids. I thought Andrew Marsh was going to be the guy, but now Channing good. He's coming. Mm-hmm. He's coming. He's got the Michigan blood. You could say he has some pride about him playing that position, and you could see. I think he's going to be special. But I thought Andrew was going to be the guy because he's one of those guys that can win one-on-one battles, and I think he's gonna start seeing a couple of one-on-ones, and he's gonna probably come to be who he's supposed to be.
Yeah, he's definitely the guy that could catch the ball short, make a move, and go the distance. Yes. But McCulley is your jump ball guy. What about him?
Yeah, he's a Florida kid, right? I think he's from Indiana. Indiana. I'm sorry, that's the one we got to transfer. Mm-hmm. I'm sorry, he got to transfer. I think he's the guy. He's the guy. I think he's one of those guys that I think Bryce got to get some more reps with him and build that confidence with him. But if I'm thinking about if I'm gonna say not receiver, I'm not thinking about receiver. I'm thinking about a pass catcher. We gotta go
Marlon Klein.
Yeah. I got to stick with him because he's fast. He's a big target. He's gonna be his number one target. Now, like last year was Coastal Loveland. It's gonna probably be another tight end, Marlon Klein, because he has the big target. That's the quarterback best friend. Mm-hmm. A big target that could go across the middle and can run. The mismatch is gonna always be there with him.
Yeah. That's true. All right.
One in doubt.
Robert Schaefer wants to know. He says, I expect Oklahoma's defense to have a fast start. So what can the offense do to keep things in front of them and get some incremental movement down the field to slow the game down a little bit?
You got to establish the run. I think keep the run game. I think that's the biggest thing. Like, well, how we did with when JJ was the quarterback, we made sure the run was always established, and then you let JJ be JJ. I think that's the biggest thing for this situation. Same is, establish the run. We got two good running backs that could pound the ball, and let the quarterback see a different box, because now when you see the box is stacked, now we can throw over top of you. So I think you got to establish run. So now we can make those type of throws that you want.
Do you think? And this is what I wonder. Do you think that they're going to come down and try to load the box against Bryce, try to man up on those receivers and try to dare Bryce to beat him throwing the football?
Oh, that's what's going to happen. You gotta see if he has the ability to beat us with his arm. And I think that's I think a lot of teams are gonna do that. Like, hey, show us that you can beat us with your arm. You're a freshman. Let's see if you can make the right decision over and over and over and over. And he did a great job with that against the first week. I mean, that's the thing, but. No, every defense he's gonna see right now, like the first couple of games, they're gonna see if you could beat him with his arm.
Yeah. Denard, what advice would you give Underwood dealing with his first road game against Oklahoma? We kind of talked about that a little bit. Yeah. But this isn't just your average road game. Was there anything in particular you did getting ready for that Notre Dame game that was different that first time on the road?
Coach, the coaches bring out the speaker. They put the speakers right behind you. I remember Dusty. Dusty used to have Dusty is Rich Rodriguez right hand man.
Dusty Rich.
Yes, he would come with a big speaker and literally drive it right behind us and have it loud as it could be, and you can't hear yourself talk. So now you just hand signal the plays to the O-line to let them know what's going on. Being able to do that is a big thing, So being able to get your guys to understand what's the play call. And what's the snap count? Mm-hmm. I think you got to block out the noise. You got to be able to communicate with your guys without being able to talk, because it's going to be loud.
All right. Here's one. D Franks 312 on X says Chip ran a lot of play action. The road Bryce left across his body. He said, "Did you have a preference rolling left or right?"
Bryce do a great job throwing the ball left to his left. He does a great job of throwing the ball. If you see. So like some of his good throws was always to his left, but he did a good job throwing the seams on the right. So, I mean, whatever he felt comfortable, you could tell he felt comfortable doing it. So that's why Chip did that to him. It's about comfortability. Most of the time, that's what it's about. And I'm pretty sure they probably watched. They probably did so many reps in camp, and they was like, okay, where is he doing best at throwing the ball on the run and rolling to what side?
All right, let's go back to the questions from the people. This one, we got to go to Jay Wells because he said, Denard, after all you experienced as a player, what did being part of the national championship team mean to you?
I mean, man, that was one of the best feelings I had in my football career. You know, you win the national championship and you're doing it with guys that's so special, man, like the Blake Corns, the Michael Sanders Stills, you see JJ, you see Donovan, like those guys that, you know, McBurrows, like those guys that you see put in so much work to get where they got. And you know, I told my brother before that season started, I said, we're gonna win the national championship. And because you could feel the love and the family that you had, that team had. Like I will be doing bed checks and at the hotel in the summer, fall camp. And I would go in there and those guys would be playing spades together. Those guys would be sitting down, you know, doing things and having a conversation with each other, and they really loved each other. And that was amazing to be a part of and see that camaraderie that they had. And man, when you go on the field and you take it and you know you go against Washington and in your mind, we know we're gonna win the game, man. Those were the feeling that, you know, not a lot of teams had. You know, and I think that was the best feeling to see that confetti fall in Texas, Houston.
Yeah, man, it was. Dang, never gonna forget it. Never gonna forget it. You know, did you ball security for a quarterback running the football? I mean, you ran it a lot, so yes, I imagine that was something that you worked on a lot.
You got to work on that because you don't want to give up the ball, man.
That was actually something that Sleazy, or I think it calls itself Sleazy. That's something that he brought up. He said, if the goal is run Underwood, Moore versus Oklahoma, I hope we're highlighting ball security.
Oh, for sure. But I don't think. See, I don't think. Here's the thing. I don't think they're gonna try to run Underwood a lot because I don't think it's a part of. Excuse me. I don't think it's part of his game. I think his game is if he need to run, he can do it. Mm-hmm. He's a pocket quarterback. He can throw the ball from the pocket. He's a big quarterback. They can stand in the pocket. But when he has to run, he can run. I mean, he has that ability. So I think that's. If you watched him in high school, yeah, he ran, but that wasn't his main focus. His main focus was throwing the ball and making guys putting the ball where guys couldn't put the ball at, and zipping the seams, making the throws. I think that's his game. And I think when he want to run, when he need to run, I think he could do it.
All righty, just a couple more for you, Lace, to get you in the mix. All right, so. You said that they would ask you for some favorite plays. Mm-hmm. To this day, Devin can still remember what his favorite play. Something about X glance.
X glance is one of the ones, like, because that means you banging it off it'll be like H2, H3, X glance, F dig or something like that, or Y dig. And so you know I'm banging that glance off of 1-2, like I'm faking the ball on my fifth step, I'm banging that glance route. And so like if you got the safety where you wanted him at, and you could bang that glance before he even get to that safety, that was always the good one. It was always good.
So what was your favorite play?
H2H curl. Like if I get the curl route, that's one of those guys. That's one of those plays that I know I can see the ball going in. It's like a shooter. Like I said, I know the ball was going in. I could complete the curl easily. And that was one of the ones that I always did early on in the game. Is I'll do a H2H curl. Silver Louis. If I ran Silver Louis was a quarterback draw to the left. Silver Roger would be to the right. And so if I got into we would be like doubles right, Silver Louis. I could run a easy quarterback draw. And I feel like I always wanted to get that hit. I always tell people all the time I wanted to get that first hit out the way. And if I get that on the first drive, I always told the coach, hey, give me a quarterback run in the first 3 plays.
Okay.
In the first 3 plays, I needed a quarterback run so I get those jitters out of I get that first hit, I'm ready to go. After that, I don't even care if I have.
So you got to get hit.
Oh yeah, I got to feel it first. Let me feel it, and it calms me down a little bit. I'm ready to go now. And so like you got to have a different mindset when it's time to go. So in the first 3 plays, I needed to have a run play. so I could feel it, and I'd be like, okay, this is how it's gonna feel. This is how my O-line gonna block it up and move these guys. So if I broke a long run, I feel confident about it. But I wanted to get hit first. I wanted to get you feel it a little bit and get my feet underneath me.
All right, Denard. So we will close things out here with a couple of, basically these are kind of shout outs here. Somebody said Texas could have won that game if they would have stuck with the run. That was John Wall. Said they stuck with the run,
and that's true. And that's what I thought. I thought they should have just ran the ball. They was having success running the ball, and they'll get down to the goal line and start throwing it. And I'm like, what are you doing? Just stick with it. And that was one of the I didn't understand. Because that's another thing that kind of like Matt Patricia could hurt him is he's moving a guy that's supposed to be here to help with the run. He's running all the way back here to go be in the middle of the third of the defense. So you see all that stuff. You like go where he's not. So that little things like that. I thought they should have ran the ball a little more, but that's how the cookie crumbles sometimes. You get in the game and the coach start calling it one way, and that's what happened. Yeah. It happened to the best of us.
D. Franks is back. He said, did you prefer going against a man-heavy defense or a zone-heavy defense?
Depends. I love my man matchups. If we got man, I know I could go to the matchups. But if we're going against a zone, it's easy to find the zone. I mean, you find the holes in the zone. I always use it. I built that relationship with my receivers where, hey, if we run a dig and you see that zone, just sit in there and I'll get the ball to you. So I love zone because we could always find a hole in the defense.
All right. The New Life says, bless you, brother. Thanks for playing for Michigan. Lace, what was your greatest moment at Michigan?
Greatest moment at Michigan. Whew. I always battle with going back and forth from the Notre Dame game, the night game, to the Virginia Tech game and the Sugar Bowl. I always battle with those two because, for a long time, we didn't win 10 games. We wasn't winning 10 games. And that season, we won 10 games. We went over 10 games. And the Notre Dame game was like one of those, like, you can't. Yeah. I remember, telling my old lineman, hey, they left too much time on the clock. And literally, we only had, 30 seconds left on the clock. I remember, and it's funny because that you brought Patrick Omameh up, right? It was at Patrick Omameh wedding. And we sitting there, we talking, and Elliot Miller come up to me. He was like, you know what's crazy? And he said, I came back and thought about this. He's like, what? When you said certain things to us in the huddle, we truly believe whatever you said. And he was like, when you told us they left too much time on the clock when we had 30 seconds left to go 80 yards, he said, I literally believed that. And he was like, I really bought it. And he was like, all the O-linemen and the receivers really truly believe that when you said that to us. And he was like, we knew we was going to win the game because the look you had in your eyes when you said that. And I was like, man, I said, I didn't even. And here's the crazy thing about it. When they scored that touchdown, I kind of got mad. I was like, damn. And I looked, I said, oh, they left too much time. And I said it in my head because I'm like, we practice these final plays a lot at practice. And I'm like, I'm gonna find somebody open on these plays. And like Jeremy Gallen came wide open. I missed him the first time. The second time, I'm like, I gotta hit him. He's gonna be open again. And I hit him. He go across the field. We get in scoring range. And coach was like, hey, what you thinking? You think we should spot the ball and just not go? I said, coach, we're going to score. We're not going to tie. We're going to win the game. And Hope was like, Hope seen it in my eyes like he's serious. Like he don't want to just tie the game. He want to win the game. And Hope was like, all right, cool. And Coach Borges was like, Denard, do not take a sack. You can't take a sack. It's the last play of the game. If not throw the ball out the back of the end zone, do not take a sack because if I take a sack, the game is over. And so he's like, dude, you better not take it. He like, if you know Borges, you know how Borges get animated. He's even worse than Devin sometimes. And so he's like, you better not take a sack. You better not take a sack. And he's like, I'm telling you, Denard, because he wanted to just spot the ball and kick a field goal. We go to overtime. And I'm like, no, we're going for the win, man. I don't want to tie these guys. I want to win. I want to hit them with the dagger. Like, let's go win. And Tree comes up to me. He's like, he hadn't caught the ball all game. He's like, hey, Lace. He always say this to me, hey, Lace. And it's to this day, he still say the same thing. Hey, Lace, I got you. I got you. And so he said that to me. I'm like, all right, I'm believing you. You got the route. He got a post corner. I'll never forget it. It was a post corner by the outside guy. The inside guy ran a post, and he came back. It was Razor. The play call was called Razor. It was Razor, and we motioned back out, motioned Vince out, and it's Razor. And Tree was like, "Hey, I got you." And the crazy thing about it, he did the same thing the year before. And why not trust my guy? You know, so that was the biggest thing. I'm like, Tree, you got me. He said, Lace, I'm telling you. Like, and he always did this. I'm like, Lace, I'm telling you, I got you, Lace. Just trust me. Just trust me. I'm like, all right, let's go. And the rest is history. So like you get that play and it happens. And I'm like, man, Devin got in trouble. You gotta pull this up because Devin hates this, but you gotta pull this up and show this clip. Next time we get on air. Devin is getting pulled by Holt, like, get your behind back off the field because he's running down there celebrating with Roy Roundtree. And I always I love that part of it because that is my brother. And he's celebrating our win because if he was the quarterback, I would be celebrating the same way for him. And so, like, that was that feeling, man, of
yeah, I'm gonna bring that up when Devin is on Dimes on Wednesday. I'm like, man, you almost got a penalty in the game.
You almost got that. You almost had us messed up on that play. Yeah, you got to tell him about that. So, and that was one of those things that me and Tree had practiced that so much, man, in the summer. In the spring, we had practiced that throw, that corner, and he didn't even run a decent. He didn't get to run the route like he needed to because the DB was holding him and stuff. But I seen a little glimpse of like I'm able to get the ball to him. Either he's gonna catch it or it's gonna go out of bounds. And that's how I threw that ball.
Yeah, man. This was a great one. Travis Foster said this was awesome. Steve Horry said this is Two Straps with No Laces podcast. I like that. All right, that does have a ring to it. Lou said I'm 15 minutes behind, but I want to show some love to Denard. We got a lot of people who came in like that. Now over 4,000, almost 4,300 people in the room for your week one debut.
What's the record? We gotta break the record, guys.
What's the record for like not like Ohio State or the bowl game?
Between 4 and 5, I think. I have to go back and look.
You in the pocket, man.
We got to get. Hey, y'all got to come tune in. I think I'm gonna have to blast it out this weekend so we can make sure we going over 7K or something this year. I'm telling you that right now, man. It's gonna be great news. It's gonna be great things to talk about, man. And I'm excited about this, Sam. I appreciate you. No, I'm not. I'm one of the guys that don't like put myself out there. And Sam, you gave me a chance. You give me the chance to get on your platform and help you out and do this. I appreciate you, man. Thank you again, man, for allowing me to be a part of this, man, because I think it's going to be special. And Michigan fans, y'all come up and show out, man. Show out. Show us love and make sure DG don't get as much love that we do, you know? I got to take a shot at him. It's a little competitive. I'm a competitive person. If you didn't know that, you will start figuring that out, getting inside my brain and how Sam Webb's going to be picking my brain and we're going to be going back and forth and you're going to see what type of person I am and I'm going to try to show you guys my personality. Most of the time I kind of stay away from being in front of the camera and things like that, but, you know, I told myself I'm going to start putting myself out there a little bit more and let people get to know me and understand my personality, man.
Yeah, as well you should. And yeah, we're gonna be better than DG.
Oh yeah, for sure.
We're gonna be better than DG. We're gonna do better numbers than DG.
Better numbers.
Because quality wise, y'all both are great. My brother's great. Brother DG is great.
Yes, sir.
It's not like he left and became bad.
Right.
DG is still great.
Oh yeah, for sure.
But our numbers are gonna be better, DG.
Oh yeah, definitely.
We still gonna do better numbers than you, brother.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'm just letting you know. I'm letting you know. We got the starter. He was the starter for a reason, DG. I'm just saying. So,
oh man,
I'm just putting it out there.
That means he's gonna come back and take some shots at us. I already know it's coming. Guys, be ready for it. Understand that it's gonna happen. It's all in fun. Me and DG go to the same barbershop. That's my brother. We stayed together when we was in college. It's all in fun and just know, DG, we coming for you and Jake Butt. Just understand that, and it's important that the fans understand that we're gonna have some fun on this show, man.
Yeah, absolutely. And we got Al and Vance tomorrow on the breakdowns. We got Devin and Daniel. So I know I'm gonna hear from DG on Dimes on Wednesday.
Oh, he gonna talk trash to you. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be up. It's gonna be up, man. I already know.
You're the middleman,
I already know it's gonna be up.
I know I hear it. So somebody was saying, "Hey, DG gonna get you on Wednesday. DG gonna get you on Wednesday." All right. Anyway, appreciate you. Lace, who do you guys have over at Lead Prep this week?
I gotta look at the schedule. I am looking at the schedule. That's on me right now. We had a tough weekend this weekend. It wasn't good for us this weekend. So we gotta put that trapper behind us. I'm about to head over there and watch the film. Try to help these quarterbacks and running backs. We gotta clean up some things.
All right. Sounds like a plan. Well, appreciate it as always, my brother. We'll see you next week.
Okay, appreciate you, man.
Thanks for watching, folks. We'll see you next time on the next edition of the Monday